Hello there, my little goldies, and welcome to Sharon's Sanctuary, and welcome to the kickoff of Creative Haven Month. So I believe Anne from A Colorful Life has already put up her video. So what's going on for August is we are doing Creative Haven. So Creative Haven and Dover, you can, they're lumped together because they're basically the same publisher. So you can color anything out of Creative Haven or anything out of a Dover book for the month of August. So I am co-hosting this with two wonderful ladies, Anne from A Colorful Life and Grace over at Grace's Coloring Corner. So we're co-hosting this together, and we're all three going to be making videos centering on Creative Haven and Dover books for the month of August. And so we're just going to be coloring, we're going to be sharing pictures. We've had a pre-Creative Haven month giveaway, and we may have some other surprises going on, but basically we're centering on Creative Haven and Dover books for the month of August. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Sharon, and I want to say hi to all my new subscribers. When you subscribe to my channel, you become a Goldie, and for those of you that don't know about that, I'm totally goners over golden retrievers, and I have two of them myself. I have two wonderful golden boys. My old guy, his name is Caleb, and my young guy, his name is Alexander Graham Bell. And I am visually impaired, so Caleb, he is my retired guide dog or leader dog, and Mr. Alex is my current one. So Caleb is still here. He just turned 11 in February, and Alex is 2. So like I said, I'm totally goners over golden retrievers. I just absolutely love them. So when you subscribe to my channel, you become one of my little goldies. So welcome to everyone who is new, and welcome to all of my returning goldies. And so I hope you're gonna enjoy this month. This is gonna be a total blast. I love Creative Haven and Dover books, and I can't wait to, see what all we color and see what everybody colors and shares. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first video that we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a color and gab. And so basically what I do with this is I color a picture and I just kind of chat with you guys. So anyway, this book that I have in front of me, now I got this book a long time ago and I haven't even touched it. This is called Infinite Designs Coloring Book, and it was done by Muncie Hendler. Muncie Hendler. And so this is basically a shapes book. Okay, this is a geometrics, and I realize that geometrics aren't gonna be exactly for everybody, and I'll kind of give just a little flip through of this book because I don't believe that I have even done a flip through of this book. When you come to my channel, I live stream, and so on my live streams, I flip through coloring books. So this one, like I said, I haven't even touched yet. I got it a long time ago. It's just been kind of sitting on my shelf, just waiting to be colored in. And so there's times when like I don't want to color, like when I want to color something different besides like hair or skin or fur, or that kind of thing. So this is basically just like mindless coloring in books like this. And I love seeing just the cool effects that you get from coloring something like this in a book like this. And I have a bunch of pages marked because these were pages that I was gonna color. So anyway, I think what we're gonna color today is, let me find it for us. We're gonna color this page today. And just, again, I'm visually impaired, so that means I have to get pretty close to the work so I can see what I am doing. So pardon if my head gets in the way too much. I try to curtail that, but sometimes it can't be helped. So we try to keep that to a minimum, but it's just the nature of the beast that I have to deal with. So anyway, we're going to color this picture. This is the one on the right. And then what we're going to use today is we're going to use my Colleen pencils because I haven't colored very much with these pencils. These are virtually unused. I believe I swatched them. Like I got them some time back and I just swatched them. So there's 72 pencils in the set, and I've heard a lot of great things about them. I kind of tested them out a little bit, and as I said, I swatched them and such. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they color in a Dover book like this. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my camera. Here is what we've got. And let me just make another little adjustment. Okay. just another little adjustment, maybe to get just a little bit further away. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So how I'm gonna tackle this is I'm gonna do like every other one a different color. We're gonna pick out like a color scheme, and we're just gonna kind of do like every other one like a different color. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of pencils to blend and shade with. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure that I am in frame, and I have to move the book just a little bit, so pardon me for doing that. All right, so how is everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing well. So basically what we do is we just kind of color and gab, like we color and we chat a little bit. So it's been a little while since I've actually done one of these. We've been really busy. And also I started live streaming. I started out live streaming like every Tuesday and Thursday, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to live stream for sure every Tuesday at noon Central Time. And then if I can, I will do it Thursday, or, you know, possibly, you know, at some other point. Basically when I've been live streaming 2 times a week, it's been really tough to make other videos, and I do want to have other videos for everybody. So I want to, you know, to be able to, I do want to live stream, but I still want to be able to provide the other kinds of videos that I do as well. And so sometimes it gets tough, like when I am live streaming 2 days a week. So I'm going to for sure live stream on Tuesdays, but I am probably going to just maybe live stream on Thursdays every once in a while, because I want to be able to do other videos too. So that's what's going on with that. And so on my streams, I don't color. I mainly flip through books because with my visual impairment, I just cannot keep up with the chat and color at the same time. I mean, I do, you know, what I have to do is when I'm streaming, I record on the phone, like I film on the phone, on my iPhone, and then I have to bring up the, what do you call it, the page, like the stream, you know, the video on my computer, and then I sit and I watch the chat on the computer because there's just no way I can see it on the phone. And I mean, I do well to keep up with it there, and there's quite a bit that I miss anyway when I'm doing it that way. So there's just no way that I can color on my streams. But I don't think that matters, because people that show up, they seem to enjoy it. So we have a lot of fun on my streams. So if you can catch any of my streams, make sure you show up Tuesday at noon Central Time in the States. I live in Illinois. And so we have a lot of fun. Like we talk about, like we were, when I was streaming yesterday, now today is Wednesday, August 1st. So when I was streaming yesterday, we were talking a lot about books, like what we were reading. So not only do we flip through coloring books, but we talk about anything and everything. And I do mean anything and everything. I'm kind of doing like a winky face over at Color because, oh my gosh, like one day she had us all in stitches. If you haven't checked out her channel, I recommend going and checking out Color. She is awesome. So we were, oh my gosh, like she had us in stitches that one day. It was so funny. So yeah, but what's been going on here, let me just kind of give you a little bit about what's been going on here. Like I said, we've been kind of busy, although the last couple of days, you know, it's been a little bit not quite so busy, but I did stream yesterday. And we've been doing, you know, quite a bit of Lions Club stuff. Like we've always got something going on. I'm very active in the Lions Club. And so we've always got something going on, but sometimes, you know, there's some days and weeks that are more active than other times. And yeah, so, and then let's see. Oh, I know this is kind of old news, but Prime Day for Amazon, for colorists, it really sucked. Now, if you wanted like electronics or clothing, it was great for that. I actually got a couple of the Amazon Alexas, or Echoes as they're called, I think, with Alexa built in. And I also got a couple of planners, kind of a horror story, like, oh my gosh, like Amazon kind of took me for a ride a little bit. I bought a Filofax, and a Filofax is a ring bound planner. They come in like different sizes. There's A5, there is a personal size, there is a compact, which is a little smaller than a personal. Same size, but you know, the rings are smaller. And then there's a pocket and a mini. So what I do when I get a Filofax is I like to get the A5 version of that Filofax as well as the personal, because I like to be matchy-matchy, because oftentimes I will use them together. And so I went and got the Filofax original. It's called, there's different models of Filofaxes. This one is called the original, and I got it in the patent nude color. And I thought I was ordering, well, I did order, because this is how it got listed, I did order both the personal and the A5. However, they ended up sending me 2 personal sizes. So I called up Amazon and explained what happened. So they said, send it back, we'll replace it. Well, when they replaced it, they sent me another personal. And I called them up again and I said, look, you know, this is ridiculous. What, you know, what are we going to do about this? So they said, you know, they looked at the listing and they said, well, there was an error in how it was listed. So they basically were not able to fulfill my A5. Now, I thought that they were going to take it off the website until they figured out like how, you know, to list it better or whatever. But it went back on, and now they have it for like $20 more than what I was supposedly going to pay. So I decided to hold off on that, and I will get that another time. But it was very, very frustrating because and I'm gonna turn my ceiling fan on because it is a little bit warm. So just give me a second. Okay. It's been a little bit cooler, but it's been a little bit cooler. So we've been getting, you know, to where we didn't want to have to turn the air on very much, you know, the air conditioning. And so but the thing of it is sometimes it gets a little bit muggy in here. Yeah. So anyway, they weren't able to fulfill that order, and so when I look back, it's now selling for like $20 more than what I was going to pay. You know what? Give me just a minute, guys. I'll be right back. All right. So yeah, speaking of air conditioning, I bit the bullet and I turned it back on because it was getting a bit muggy in here. It's not really been too bad, but it's just been getting a little bit muggy in here today, and I said, you know what? Enough's enough. So. But yeah, so anyway, Amazon could not fulfill that order, and so I'm going to have to get that a little bit later on. So I was not a happy camper. I mean, they were nice about it and stuff, but it was just a mess. It was just a mess. So anyway, like on my streams, we've been having a lot of fun playing with Siri and Alexa because I have the Apple HomePod. So yeah, it was so funny. Like on the stream last week, we were having a lot of fun with that. And then we've had a little internet crisis. I tried to stream last Thursday, but it wasn't happening. My internet was crawling along at a snail's pace. And I mean, during one of the, quote, good times, it took like an hour and a half to upload like a 20-minute video to YouTube. So I called up AT&T, which is who has our internet, and I said, look, you know, this isn't cool. We're paying, you know, good money for this service, and, you know, this isn't good. So long story short, they had to send out a technician who had to redo some of the connections, and now we are moving along pretty good. So yeah, now we're moving along pretty good, which I am very glad of. So these pencils don't work too bad on this paper. And I'm just kind of layering a little bit with them, and they don't blend as easily as some pencils I have, but if you work with it a little bit, it will. You just have to kind of layer a little bit, and then it will do pretty good. So yeah, Prime Day really sucked for colorists, unfortunately. So I didn't pick up any coloring goodies on Prime Day. But I do have a haul video coming up, because I think this video is going to be uploaded first. But I do have a haul video coming up. It is filmed and ready to upload. I just haven't uploaded it yet. But that will be coming. So I hope everybody is doing well. I think I said that at the beginning of the video. So are you guys reading anything special? And what are you guys coloring? What are, for those of you that are going to participate in the Creative Haven month, what book do you plan to color? And if not, if you're not going to participate, what book do you plan to color? I mean, you know, just because we're doing this, and there's a lot of color alongs that usually happens, so, you know, don't feel that you got to participate in every single one of them. But, you know, hopefully you'll come over to participate in ours, because, you know, the more the merrier. But if you can't, you can't. And if you don't like Creative Haven books or Dover books, you know, that is a personal preference. But if you want to participate, you know, we'd love to have you. And if not, you know, that's okay too. So for everybody, what books do you plan to color in for August? And also, just a little bit of a plug here, come on over and join my Facebook group. It's called Color with Sharon and Friends. The description, or the link, is in the description section of the video. And once I see the request come through, then I will go over and approve the membership. Barring that it's not anything fishy. You know, I've had some fishy ones come through before, or fishy looking ones come through, and I've had to deny those because when it looks like it comes like from a fake account or something like that, you know, I don't want that. So if it's legit, and if you're interested in coloring, you know, then of course we'd love to have you. So what is going to be happening this week? Not much. Not much. I just plan to film videos, and I'm going to take, you know, a couple of days this week and film quite a lot. I've actually got quite a lot filmed, and I'm going to, you know, it's in the proverbial vault right now, so it's going to be kind of spread out to be, it's spread out to be uploaded over, you know, a period of time. So I do have a couple of videos that's going to be uploaded. And what I'm also doing on the channel is not only, you know, most of this is coloring, you know, most of this is coloring, but what I have done in the past and what I'm going to incorporate a little bit more, I think more often, is I'm going to be incorporating like some planner and journal stuff, because it seems like a lot of us who love to color love like planners and journals. And as you also know, I love my fountain pens. You know, those of you that have been subscribed to me for a long time know that I love my fountain pens. And so what I'm going to be doing is, now I have in the past like incorporated like fountain pen and journal videos and planner videos, but I'm going to try to do that a little bit more often to supplement the coloring stuff. Because I don't always get a, you know, something coloring out every day, and not that I'm going to do a planner thing every day either, you know, because it's not going to happen. But you know, the channel used to be called Sweetnightingale 1973, and you know, if that's what you still want to remember it by too, that's fine. but I decided to change it a little bit to Sharon's Sanctuary. And I didn't purposely name it after coloring, like I didn't have coloring in the title purposely, because that way it leaves me room to be able to do, you know, more things on the channel as well, like journaling and fountain pen and stuff too, and planners. And, you know, because that's also an interest of mine. And so if you're here to watch the coloring, great, you know, but, and if you don't want to watch like the planner videos, you know, that's fine too. But for those of you that are interested in that, you know, feel free to watch. We'd love to see you over there. And yeah, so like I said, the more the merrier. So, you know, if you're just here for the coloring stuff, great. But I am planning to incorporate those other things on here too. You know, for those of you that may be interested in seeing that. So these pencils, like I said, aren't doing too bad on this paper. They don't blend as well as other pencils that I've had, or that I do have and use. Yeah, so, but they do pretty well. And I'm just layering them like real soft. I'm just going like real soft with them. And I'm putting just, you know, several layers on it. And then we're gonna, you know, blend it out. As you can see, as hopefully you can see, and hopefully my big old head isn't in the way too much. Like I said, I try to keep that to a minimum, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. So yeah. So thank you to everybody who's been coming to my streams. Like I said, we've been having such a blast. And if you want to check them out, I for sure do them on Tuesdays, and sometimes, and I've been doing them on Thursdays too, but I'm going to maybe just do a Thursday one, you know, maybe once in a while or something, because there's just not enough hours in the day, you know, to be honest. And I love streaming, you know, I love doing it, but sometimes there's just not enough hours in the day. I cannot believe it's August already. Man, you guys, I can't believe it. Like this year, you know, it seems like the older you get, the quicker the years go by, because this summer is just flying by. And I know I said that last year too, but it just seems like it's just all flying by, just so fast. And it seems like the older you get, the faster time goes. You know what, like, my aunts and uncles and my grandmother would say that, and I just, like, in the past, like, when I was younger, I always thought they were kind of nuts, you know, like, I just, you know, why do you say that? Like, I don't understand. Well, I sure get it now. I sure understand it now, because, let me tell you, it does, it flies. Like, time is just flying. Time is just flying by. And yeah. Yeah. I hope I didn't mess anything up. Oh, you know what? I messed up already. I messed up already, guys. Oh my word. See what I mean? Like, I can't color these shapes books sometimes without royally screwing up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. All right. So I messed up. So we're going to have to erase this. I'm getting out my trusty Derwent eraser, and I'm going to take off as much color as I can on this. Okay. And then this one here too. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when I get to chatting. Like, I sometimes will mess up. This is what happens. So, yeah, you know what? I messed them all up except this one here. Oh my goodness. Okay, set back, set back, set back. Set back. So thank goodness I have this Derwent eraser because I really like it. This is the Derwent electronic eraser, or battery powered eraser I should say. And I think Ohuhu makes one, or Hohu, Hero, whatever, oh my gosh, makes one. I probably royally messed up that name. I probably royally messed it up. But yeah. All right, let us try this again, shall we? Let's try not to mess things up, okay? Yeah. And I still feel like I got a bunch of purple here. Hopefully whatever color I pick for these is going to cover it up pretty good, because I can't get all the color off. Yeah, well, it is what it's gonna be, folks. It is what it's gonna be, and we'll just deal with it. Oh my goodness, why didn't somebody tell me? Why wasn't somebody yelling in the camera, hey, you messed it up? Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to color like every other one of these with this color. And then, yeah. And then I'm gonna do like the little pieces outside of them. But yeah, why didn't somebody yell at me that I was messing them up? So anyway, now that we're trying to straighten ourselves out here. Oh my goodness. How crazy are we here? How crazy are we? I mean, completely. So, are you guys still in the middle of a heat wave? I know it's been just dreadful lately. I mean, it started to kind of cool off here just a little bit, but now it's kind of warmed up a little bit today. Like today, like my Apple Watch, it said 84. So, I don't know if it's cooling off where you guys are now, or if you're still in the middle of a heat wave. I know a lot of places have had a heat wave over the past few weeks. So, this is probably kind of old news or older news, but you know, those of you that know our gal Stephanie Ray, our gal Stephanie, her mom died a couple weeks ago. And I think most of you probably know that already. And I can say it because like it's already been mentioned like on YouTube and on my stream and stuff. So for those of you that know Stephanie, her mom died a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, if you're the praying kind, please keep remembering their family in your prayers, or send them, you know, your good thoughts or your good vibes or whatever, you know, if that's your speed. Also, as you all probably know, Katrine, I think she went by Always Coloring, she also passed. And I found out about that last week on my stream. I didn't know about it. I didn't really follow her. Like, I watched, I think, maybe a couple of her videos, but I really didn't follow her. I understand that, like, you know, many people felt it very deeply. And I'm thinking about all of you that were, you know, that felt close to her, that, you know, that really enjoyed her, that liked her, you know, that truly cared about her. You know, I'm thinking about all of you. And, because that was very unexpected. So I was told So, you know, thinking of her family and, you know, her loved ones as well. So, please remember those two, Stephanie and those who were close to Always Coloring, or Katrine. So yeah, my husband had to have a little bit of oral surgery on Monday. And he's doing pretty good, you know. He just says that, well, it's swollen and it's bruised. So, you know, he's not too happy about that. And he's talking a little funny. But he's doing okay. He's doing pretty good. I remember when I had my wisdom teeth out a few years ago, and oh my gosh, like that first week was terrible. That first week was bad. But I muddled through, and I had, you know, I had pain pills, which I don't like to take pain pills all that often, but you know, if you need it, you need it. So I got off of those as quickly as I could. Because I had like the hydrocodone or whatever it was called, and then I also ended up with Tylenol, extra strength Tylenol, and so I got off of the hydro as quickly as I could, and then just, you know, took the Tylenol as often, you know, more often, because I don't like to be on like the narcotics any longer than I have to. So that's what's been going on here. That's what's been going on here. Not last week, but it seemed like the week before we were really busy. For 2 Fridays in a row, not this past week, but the week before, and then the week before that, like on the, whatever those Fridays were. Our Lions Foundation does a summer camp for visually impaired kids and hearing impaired kids, and so our club, we go down there on those 2 Fridays and we cook hamburgers and hot dogs for them. So we did that, you know, we went to do that, and the head counselor there, I mean, he is like the coolest guy. His name is Charles, and he's this like big black dude, you know, and he's and I mean I mean he's a big guy. He's a big guy, and you know, but for being such a big guy, like, he's got a lot of energy. I swear he's like the biggest kid. He's like the biggest kid there, but I mean he is the coolest. Charles is awesome, and he you know, when he's not working at the summer camp, like I think he's a counselor for some school for the deaf or whatever, and so he, you know, he's fluent in sign language, and but I mean, I always get a big hug from him, and like he calls me ma'am, like he's very polite, you know, he calls all the women ma'am, and he is the coolest guy. So, but he wants me to come down for the adult camp, which is called the Helen Keller Camp, and I was going to try to do it this year, but we had some stuff going on, so I was not able to go. And the Helen Keller Camp is mainly for like both hearing and visually impaired adults, but I'd still be eligible to go, even though I'm not hearing impaired. I could still go because I am visually impaired. So Charles wants me to come down for that, which, you know, like I said, I was going to try to do this year, but it just wasn't in the cards. So I'm going to make sure I'm clearing everything off my calendar, because I'm going to go to it next year. I don't care. Come hell or high water, I'm going to go to it next year. Because, you know, Charles wants me to come. So, and I want to come too. I want to do it. And so, yeah. But I kind of had to laugh because, like, he was talking about his little daughter. And And this is what I mean by he's like the, you know, the biggest kid ever. And I mean, oh my gosh, like he loves those kids. But like his little daughter, he was telling me that like, you know, she makes him play Tea Party. And his little daughter, I think she's like 3 or 4 or something like that. And his little daughter, she says that they both have to be princesses because it's not fair to have a king or a queen. They both have to be equal. So Charles says like when they do the tea party thing, he's Princess Daddy. I mean, how cute, you know? So he, you know, he just kind of takes it in stride, and, you know, and he has a lot of fun with his little daughter. And, you know, like I said, he loves the campers, and you know, I think they're pretty fond of him too. And like I said, it's just awesome that, he's just awesome. It's really great that they have somebody like him, you know, to help out with that. And so, yeah, but like I said, I always get a big hug from him every time, and we have a good time with him. Good old Charles. And it's not Charlie or Chuck, it's Charles. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And the kids seem to really enjoy that, you know, the hamburgers and the hot dogs and stuff. And, you know, our club always enjoys doing it too. If we didn't, we wouldn't do it every year. So, yeah. But I hope everybody is having a good summer. And I hope you're able to stay cool. You know, I hope you're able to stay at least a little bit cool. I know it's really been tough on a lot of people, and I don't know, you know, I mean, you know, we're pretty lucky here because we have central air, so we're able to utilize that, but, you know, I know it's been really tough for a lot of folks. So let's hope the heat wave kind of ends soon. At least we get a little bit of relief, but I know like on the stream on Tuesday, folks were saying that they got a little bit of relief, but it just wasn't enough. Of course, then, like I said, well, you know, when it gets to be the middle of winter, like in December and January, then we're going to be complaining that it's too cold. At least I will be, because I hate winter. I hate stinking cold weather. Not that a heat wave is anything pleasant either, but I hate stinking cold weather. Yeah, not my idea of fun. Okay. So I don't know how much we're going to get done today, but we are certainly going to get as much done as we can. You know, when we color this stuff, it's not a race. And of course, I kind of flubbed up, so that kind of gave me a little bit of a setback. But we'll do as much as we can in this video. And I'm going to try to finish the picture on camera. If not, I might color some off camera. I don't know. May or may not. We'll see. We'll just kind of see what happens. We'll just have to see what happens with it. And I just got out of the lines just a little bit. I'm going to sharpen some pencils because I kind of feel like that my pencils are a little bit dull. These Colleens are a little, like they're not Prismacolor soft, but they're, you know, quite soft. It's not really a hard pencil. They just don't blend as well as some pencils I have, but, you know, I mean, we're talking like artist grade pencils like, you know, Prismacolors or Polychromos, you know, those will blend like a champ, but these pencils really aren't bad at all. And I'm going to do a Pencil Mania episode on these pencils. You will just have to give me a little bit of time, but I am planning to do a Pencil Mania episode on these pencils. And yeah. I know a lot of people love my Pencil Mania series. So we'll be getting back to that. It's just what I like to do before I swatch, or before I do a Pencilmania episode, is I like to swatch out the pencils first. That way I can show you guys the colors that they have in the set that I'm talking about. So I like to swatch them out in my little swatch book. And then we do Pencilmania. Okay, so now what I need to do is come over here. I just want to make sure I'm not going to mess it up again. I do not want to mess it up again. That would totally suck. That's the only bad part about coloring these shapes is you have to, even though it's kind of mindless, like if you're going to kind of alternate stuff, like you got to be careful not to get it on the wrong one. That's the only trouble. And I understand that coloring these shapes are not for everybody. You know, not everybody likes doing like mandalas or these kinds of shapes, and that's fine. You know, you color what you want to color, and nobody's going to fault you for that. And I like coloring a lot of different things. It just, you know, it just depends on like what I'm in the mood for at the any given time. You know, it all just kind of depends. But you know, there's times that I really enjoy, you know, that I really enjoy doing, you know, these kinds of things. And it's been a while since I actually did something like this, so I thought it was kind of high time that I did. And I mean, I'm going to show you that you can really make something pretty out of these shapes. You know, you think of beautiful things like maybe, you know, fairies and mermaids and you know, the adorable, like, you know, little girls from, you know, Heather Valentin or something like that. And I mean, those are lovely, you know, those are very lovely, but sometimes, you know, sometimes I just get in the mood to color something like this. And I understand that it's not for everybody, and that's okay too. You know, that is definitely okay. You color what makes you happy. You color what makes you happy. Because no matter what you color, it's going to come out beautiful. It's going to come out beautiful, and you know, the coloring community is very supportive, and they're going to appreciate, you know, anything you color. So yeah, that's what I got to say about that. That's what I got to say about that. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You bet. And I'm just trying to give this a little bit more definition. Okay. Come over here to this next one. And again, we just kind of want to be careful with this so that we don't color the wrong one. So what I'm doing is I'm just coloring these in just small little circles, and I'm going just really light with these pencils. I imagine this is probably going to take a couple of parts to do, because this may seem easy to do, but it still takes a while. At least it does for me. Especially because I do like to blend it and shade it and stuff, you know. I do like to, you know, add those layers to it. And yeah. So it is going to take a little bit to do, but that's okay. You know, we're not running a race here. And we get done what we get done when we get it done. So what I plan to do for this whole Creative Haven and Dover thing is I plan to color a lot of different things. Like, I want to color a lot of different things because I have many, many Creative Haven and Dover books. And there's some that like I said, that I haven't even touched. And one of my goals this year was to color something, you know, color at least one picture out of 20 books that I haven't touched yet. And I'm actually doing pretty good with that goal, I think. I have to go through and see what I've colored for the year. I have to go through and see what I've colored, you know, for the year and see how well I'm doing. But I think I'm doing pretty good. I may not hit all 20, but at least I'm coloring quite a bit out of some books that I haven't touched yet, which is good, which is what I wanted in the first place. So these things kind of look like little deconstructed soccer balls, don't they? These look like little deconstructed soccer balls. Okay, so I'm just wanting to try to make sure that I'm in frame. And what I think I may do is, like, at the end of this part, because I don't know that I'm going to get like all these purple ones done during this part, because I'm not very far into it, but I'm thinking what I might do is color the rest of these off camera, and then maybe for part 2, you know, come in and start on the next color or something, or at least maybe off camera start the next color and then come back for part 2 and continue that. But I don't think that I'm going to finish with these ones here today, especially since I had to erase part of what I did. And go back. I had to erase part of what I did and then color in what I was supposed to color in. So yeah. But at least this will be a good kickoff. And I hope you all are excited for this. I need to go back and watch Anne's video because I know she had one up last night. And I thought I would go ahead and wait until she got hers up first. And then I would put mine up. So I need to go and watch her video. And I'm probably not going to be able to record a part every day. But we're going to do what we can do. We'll at least see maybe, you know, 2 a week. I'll try to get like 2 parts. I'll try to get like 2 coloring videos in for this. Okay. And I feel like that's not a lot of definition right there. I'm just going to try to give it a little bit more. I mean, I don't want it to look so abrupt or anything, but I want a little bit more of that definition. I'm sorry for the silence a minute. I'm just kind of trying to concentrate on this. Okay. I think it's looking pretty decent. And I think we'll start on the next row. Again, I just don't know how much of these we're going to get done today because there's a lot to color. There's a lot to color. So we need to make sure that we get the right one. And again, I'm just going real softly over it with little circles. On this. So I do have like a lot of like fantasy creature books in Creative Haven and Dover, you know, as well as like a lot of like other realistic creatures and things like that. Like I have a dog, I have dogs. I have a carousel horses one, which is really super cute. I have like room decor, you know, like the Victorian house. I have that book. I've got ones with people in it, you know, magical people, fantasy people like mermaids and wizards, and got dragons. I've got quite a lot of the fashion books, which those are super nice. So there's a lot of variety that we can pick from to color for this color along, which is awesome. And it is already 4 o'clock. It's already 4 o'clock. Boy, the day just flew by. The day just flew by. And sorry for the silence for a minute. I'm just kind of trying to concentrate on this just a little bit. But these pencils really aren't doing too badly on this paper. I don't mind them a bit on this paper, to be quite honest. All right, I think we're going to color one more. I think we'll color one more on this video, and then we'll probably just call it quits for part 1. I'm not going to make these videos super long. Like, you're not going to see like a 2 and a 3 hour long video. You may see an hour and a half or something, or an hour. I try to keep them around an hour because I think that's a pretty good amount for attention span. I think when, in my opinion, this is just my opinion now, but I think once you start to get into like the real long ones, it's really hard to watch it in one sitting, and often you can't. And sometimes though, like, I mean, YouTube will bookmark it. Like, if you have to leave off on a video, like, YouTube will bookmark it. However, what happens to me is, like, new videos come out, and then the one that I was going to, you know, save for later and watch, like, it gets lost in the shuffle. I forget about it, you know, and then it's like I move on to a new video to watch, and I forget about the one that I was supposed to finish. You know, when they get super long like that, you know, that's just what happens to me. So I try not to make my videos, like, super, super long, because I know how busy we can get, and we can't always watch something real long in one sitting, and then it has a chance of just kind of falling by the wayside then. So I try to keep it to like a more manageable time. So what I've got coming up on the channel is, like I said, I have a haul video coming up, and I've got a couple of planner videos coming up that you're going to see. So they're going to be kind of just interspersed with the coloring stuff. I have a fountain pen video coming up because I was requested to make a certain kind of fountain pen video, which I did. It's filmed and ready to be uploaded. It just has to be uploaded. If you have not seen it by now, I have the giveaway winner up as well. You know, for the pre-Creative Haven giveaway, I have that winner up. So, and then my streams are always uploaded to YouTube as well, so you can go back and watch the streams if you so choose. This is just where we flip through books and just talk. Okay, so I think that this is all we're going to have time for today. I will come back in the next video and we will work a little bit more on this. I'll probably do the rest of the purple color off camera. Like, I'll go through and I'll color every other one off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll work on another color. So let me just zoom out and we'll show you what we've got so far. This is what we got so far. We didn't get very far along. Like I said, I had to go and erase a bunch of them and then correct the mistake. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep coloring the purple ones off camera. And then in the next part, we'll come back with another color. And then once we do that, then we'll start coloring in like the little pieces along the circles, along the side of the circles and underneath and stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Would really, really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and like. Don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to subscribe. And when you are subscribing, hit the bell so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. You all have a great day, and we will see you in the next video. Okay, bye, my little goldies.